Ladies and gentlemen, we're getting into our final best of one of the night. It's do or die over here for both of these Canadian players. And we are going to be starting up here in the top right-hand corner of the map on top of the orange Protoss player representing Team Evil Geniuses. Give it up for HuK.
And spawning down in the left of Orbital Shipyard, it is the pink Zerg player from the team on fire. It is Scarlett.
You know, I'm going to point out one of the most important things right now. There is, in fact, a trophy that you see by Scarlett's hatchery. That trophy signifying that she has won a tournament. I believe it's a Grandmaster level tournament.
We'll see
But
in just a moment. Oh,
if you look over at the top right-hand corner where HuK is, there's no trophy by his Nexus.
Ooh, a distinct advantage coming out from Scarlett right away.
Distinct advantage. But you know, there are some other awesome stats that we can talk about. But I want to talk about this drone.
This is happening.
You know, there are the stats for those who are interested. We were talking a little bit about him. HuK definitely having a little bit of trouble. It matches your hair. HuK maybe is throwing some glances over there, but not throwing some glances over the proxy hatch inside of his main base.
Oh, this is just a great way to end the night. Scarlett, you're amazing. You're just the best.
You know, this is what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to say, when you have two people who are very close friends and everything, this is what Scarlett will do to you. Scarlett will try to test the friendship and be like, how big of a jerk can I be to you before you're no longer my friend? HuK coming in over here, sees the gas guys in the spawning pool completed, doesn't move to the natural, and he's not scouting around. Is he just assuming that there's the natural taken?
He might be, but this is actually Burrow coming out from Scarlett. This is a build she used to defeat Parting.
There's no... I am convinced.
Overgrowth.
I'm convinced HuK does not know, because he would have been chrono-boosting out a Zealot right now. He would have been getting up his defenses in place. And even look at this, the walling in of these gateways around this Nexus is coming in from where units will come in from the south side of the ramp. He's getting a pylon down over there. There's going to be nothing to defend this mineral line. He has a single pylon over there. If that pylon gets taken out, he's not going to have two of his warp gates. He's going to be missing his warp gate technology. This is such an important pylon.
Oh, this is just brutal for HuK right now. He is seeing this creep at the same time Marine King might see this creep.
Oh,
Just
boy.
in time for a third command center.
Just in time for a third. Yeah, HuK not going to be throwing down a third Nexus anytime soon. Adepts are going to be popping out. Those are going to be very, very useful against whatever Scarlett has planned. But the Roaches are going to make this very difficult. Burrow is not complete, and as soon as it's complete, HuK is going to go into panic mode. There's not going to be any form of detection whatsoever. There is another pylon over here, and HuK is being very careful. He doesn't want to waste those photon overcharges because he knows more and more units are going to be coming out. I wouldn't actually even be surprised to see a creep tumor or something coming down from Scarlett sometime soon.
And we see the Burrow from the Roaches, and HuK now realizes the situation he's in.
Although that hatchery has to be a little bit careful, it is going to be losing health
look at that
very
cute
quickly.
Burrow micro.
Oh,
Once this photon overcharge expires...
Oh, the probes are going to be under fire. That's actually going to pull these adepts back, protect the hatchery for a little bit. And now we end up seeing the robotics facility almost complete. HuK is so close to doing that. But if the pylon gets taken out, then guess what? There's not going to actually be an observer that can come out.
Oh, look at this multitask. Nice. Just burrows the queen in time. Is going to actually be killing these zealots. Wow.
Observer on the way. The Roaches are still alive. And Scarlett is still staying strong in this game. Has only lost 2 Zerglings so far. Has not lost any of her Roaches yet. And is doing a pretty good job, but once that observer comes out, this really makes it a lot more difficult for Scarlett to win.
Yeah, it really does, even losing an Overlord right there.
Ooh.
And 3 of those burrowed Roaches to the pylon overcharge. Actually going to get one of them away. That's nice.
But the fact that Scarlett has only lost 2 Roaches so far, that last couple of seconds, means that she has so much bigger of an army over here, that's actually going to be kind of spiraling out of control over here. As now all these Roaches finding a nice position, be able to pick off the stalker.
Picks off the mothership core too. That's a big deal.
That's an enormous deal. And now the pylon powering 2 of the warp gates
the
taken out.
pylon.
Scarlett is going to continue with that production. She is making more and more Roaches. There's only this Immortal going to be coming out as the saving grace for HuK. He needs to get another pylon down. He does get it down. He pushes Scarlett back for a little bit. But again, it's those next rounds of production that just HuK doesn't have and Scarlett does.
Oh, but this Immortal is so valuable in this situation.
It's near impossible. It's very difficult to actually get the Burrow Micro off versus an Immortal in this situation. But I think that HuK is doing it. He's cleaning up the Queens. The Roaches are getting picked off. Scarlett is still making more units, but I think those larvae that she's making at that hatchery are drones. No, they're Overlords actually right now.
Oh, I like that actually. That's a good use of the larva. The drones could maybe get their way back, but those Overlords, they're going to be useful for her.
HuK holds, and even though, you know, after some of the droning coming out from Scarlett, Scarlett is a bit up in that worker supply, 32 to 24. Scarlett is sitting on 2 base. She's almost might have her main base. She has no lair tech. She has no queens, really. She doesn't have a queen in her main or her natural. This is a disaster right now for Scarlett. And HuK is the player that is not afraid to push out with small groups of units.
Yes.
Well, how do you think he'll feel when he has 2 Immortals out?
I think he might feel ready to push. He is building that Warp Prism, and you know what? He might just go for Warp Prism double Immortal drop. I would love to see that.
Oh, I would love it. There we go. Steadfast, a man after our heart. There's a reason why he draws hearts with his scouting workers in their patrol path. But third expansion being thrown down for Scarlett. She's still making a couple of Roaches. She has 2 Roaches out, making some Ravagers, but she's going to need a lot more than that to deal with this Immortal harassment.
Yeah, she really is. It's just not going to be enough, I don't think. Ravagers are good for this if the Warp Prism goes into its phase mode, but if it just stays and is just dropping these Immortals, I don't know how Scarlett's going to deal with this.
Well, she's definitely going to probably end up losing quite a bit over here. The Roaches going to be doing some nice damage with the Corrosive Biles, almost getting some shots off, but good, as you were saying, pickup from those Immortals. And again, HuK, even killing off some of these workers, going to kill off a Queen.
Oh, that's
that larva
beautiful,
infection.
Micro.
Oh, keeping these Immortals alive, making use of those shields, and should be able to pick off that second one. There's no more Queens left over, so the Warp Prism is going to go uncontested besides the Corrosive Bile shots.
Picks up the Immortals. These Immortals are living up to their name.
And right now, we have a total of, count them, 18 Roaches killed off so far this game. Force field
nice
going down
force
the
field.
ramp. This third expansion is a forfeit, as well as even that Roach's life. HuK saying, no, you're not getting away with that. You're not getting a crease spread out. I am not letting you escape this time, Scarlett. You are going down.
HuK really displaying some excellent control right there. He has a third Nexus behind this.
That is fantastic right now. He's even throwing out a couple more pylons saying, okay, what if there's a Nidus Worm? What are the options? What are the things that she can do to come back into this? We do see a Hydral Ascend being thrown out. I kind of get the sense that maybe Scarlett is thinking power units, right? The things that can bring you back and like through the void. Lurkers, definitely one of those units, and that might be a setup for that.
Yes, they are, but she does not have the greatest economy. 43 workers? Yeah, that's good for 2 base, but her opponent is on 3 base. And that's just, her main's probably got to be getting close to mined out.
Yeah, it's very close to mined out. We have but 200 minerals on some of these patches. Not the healthiest economy, but there it is. That very fast Lurker Den going to be coming out for Scarlett. And in the meanwhile, we do end up having charge coming down, more Immortals being made. Photon cannons being made in the main base just in case there's some sort of drop harassment or a Nidus Worm or something crazy. HuK is just preparing to end this night with a bang.
Yeah, and he's got to be feeling really good considering how that match against Semper just went. To come back and be fight an unscouted proxy hatch with Burrow and just hold it off with just immaculate control.
It is that experience, man. So many players would just feel really, really terrible after, you know, playing a long, drawn-out game like this. But HuK is so experienced. He's ready to do this. But here we go. Corrosive Bile is going down and actually hitting a decent chunk of these units. Some of the Roaches...
Nice force field.
You know, they do manage to catch 3 of the Roaches. 4 force fields to 3 Roaches. Definitely not the worst trade in the world. But he is going to be out of force fields. He only has 1 force field left over, I believe. Scarlett going to pick and choose her battles.
Yeah, HuK's got to be very careful fighting this army. He does not... 1 more force field on the ramp. Actually, wow, does keep all the units out. That is nice.
Yeah, and the Lurker Den is only just now finishing up, but Scarlett not going to have any time to make any Lurkers whatsoever. And I think that HuK is going to be able to push on through, take out this third, potentially a second time. Scarlett may try and pull back, but no, GG gets called. HuK bringing it back with the immaculate defense.
That was really textbook HuK play right there. Winning with a smile, too. That's...
Yeah.
sharing some
Sharing
fun
a
words.
laugh. I'm sure,
Yeah.
you know what, even Scarlett's probably got a nice grin on her face laughing about how that game went.
Oh, I'm sure she
Oh, no?
Oh, maybe not.
Yeah. It's a little bit bitter. You feel like, oh,
Ooh.
damn. Protoss.
Yeah.
Protoss.
Protoss again.
Protoss again.
Thanks, David.
But, of course, all jokes aside, they are good friends and everything, so they're probably just discussing a little bit of that game.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
But, of course, you know, the production crew, making sure that we eat our words, being like, oh, no, there's no smile on her face.
No, it's not happening.
We're going to show everyone that
She's-
there's no
she's
smile on her
very
face.
angry. Don't-
Yeah, she's very...
don't approach her.
Don't talk to her. Don't talk to her. Yeah. But, of course, ladies and gentlemen, we are... that's actually it for the games today, I believe.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah. That was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I know that we had a bit of a rough start. Again, I've said this multiple times, but I really do want to thank everyone that's actually stuck around for us. And, of course, I want to especially give a huge thank you to anyone that says, you know what, Kings of the North is a great tournament. I know I really feel like it's a great tournament, as I'm sure you feel it's a great tournament. It's
Yeah,
like, I feel
that
it's
way.
a terrible tournament. That's why I decided to come cast here. Just kidding, of course. But, you know, if you do want to show that extra bit of support, and we want to give a huge thank you to all the people who are supporting the event over on Indiegogo. This is a really, really great way you can actually give back to the tournament and, you know, just add directly to that prize pool. Make it a little bit more worthwhile for all the players over there. I think we have, last time I checked, a pretty awesome number that we've already managed to raise. Over like $1,300-ish or something raised.
Yeah, something like that. That's if anyone wants to donate, that would be very much appreciated. Oh, looks
Yeah,
like
wow, we actually got raised up another, just since the last time we mentioned it, like another $120, $140 in Canadian dollars.
yeah. Shout out to the donators.
Yeah.
We really appreciate
Shout out
that.
to the donator. We don't have the production for that. We have a lot of production. We have production for instant replays. We have production for stats. We have production for all kinds of crazy stuff. We don't have production for that. But we do want to also give a huge thank you to another amazing group that made this possible. And, you know, they aren't in the Indiegogo, but, you know, they are in our hearts, and that is Corsair Gaming.
And they're not just snow going through your
They're not
heart.
just snow going through my heart. In fact, the snow has stopped. It was
Yeah.
a cold winter night.
Yeah. Crisp.
Crisp.
Yeah.
A crisp winter night. I like that. I
Yeah.
like that.
But we do want to give that shout out to Corsair
Thank you so
Gaming.
much, Corsair. And if you guys want to check out Corsair, do check them out. Give them some love. I know that a lot of people do actually really like Corsair. I know a couple of my friends over at Baster TV also are huge fans of Corsair that really will testify that their gear is pretty freaking awesome. I know they have some crazy keyboards that do... Have you seen the crazy awesome keyboards that you press a button and the lights just sparkle out
Oh,
in
yeah.
a big circle and you're like, wow.
That's
I
cool.
feel like my keyboard is a pond. And it just makes me feel contemplative.
Wow.
I just feel more intelligent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Looks like we're going to go
We
into
have
some-
a special treat for everyone, though. We
Yeah.
hope you guys haven't tuned out just yet, because we do have a very, very awesome next segment coming up. I believe it is the plays of the day. We've been keeping track of them. We've been waiting for you guys, and we want to just do a big recap, because we know not everyone got to see the entire broadcast. And looks like this was from the game of Neve versus HuK. We had the beautiful force fields coming out from Neve, and this is just really, really nice play because, you know, HuK was coming in with these adepts over and over and over again, trying to equalize that economy, sitting on that one base economy, going for that natural expansion, but really he needed to get some damage done, and Neve just was not letting it happen. He was so on top of it with all of those sentries, continuously force fielding out those stalkers, trapping them in, and saying, you know what, no, Neve, you might be a literal god, but, or sorry, actually, no, it was the other way around. Neve is the literal god.
Yeah. And he showed it here.
Yeah.
And here this was nice plays from Masa
Oh,
early game.
This Marine was a hero, man.
Yeah.
Came in and scouted everything out.
It put him in a really good position, but eventually, yeah, Masa actually was really in control of this game for a long time. But there was...
HuK had some amazing engagements. And yeah, you can even see over here, or like the great pickoffs over here from Masa. He did a really great job, but eventually we did end up seeing Masa take, or HuK actually end up taking that big engagement later on. But
some nice disruptor drops coming out
Oh,
of
the
HuK.
HuK disruptor drops today were fantastic, as you can see. HuK moving on in, he spots out, oh, I see some free pickings over here, getting some great pickoffs. Semper didn't know what hit him, man.
Oh, he did not. Here we saw a nice queen pick off with this drop.
Yeah, and this was just a little portion of the harassment that Semper really put on, as he really was able to do this harassment. You can see he did a little bit of friendly fire splash damage over there and everything, but it's just that continued harassment on multiple sides, as you do hear some music that may or may not be from a very exciting thing, because we're jumping into another exciting highlight, as we had Masa doing some nice harassment over here with the Hellions, killing off a lot of workers.
Yeah, that was and this positioning right here on the siege tanks was really nice from Masa. Some cute pickup micro from both players.
Absolutely.
And yeah, some really just solid play from both players, but Masa got a big advantage. Here we see Masa deciding to even the tables, donating a lot of Marines.
Yeah, it just says, you know what, Semper, I don't think this game is even enough. But of course, we are going to be going into this one, which is, a fairly recent game. I think that we saw this pretty recently.
We did, and this is HuK realizing,
Whoa,
there is creeping
there's
my
the
main.
creep spread, there's the Zerglings, and here's the thing that he really wasn't expecting, was the burrow play coming out from Scarlett, as those roaches move around, try and bait out that photon overcharge. Of course, I want to actually give it to HuK and say, he was very patient with those photon overcharges, really saying, I don't need to throw him out just yet, and that did make the defense possible. Without that kind of patience, he really would not have been able to hold over here.
Yeah, that was a really... And it's so hard in that situation. You just think, pop the pylon overcharge.
Yeah.
I need it now.
Yeah.
But he actually waited for, as you said, some key moments, let himself build up a bit more Mothership Core energy. Here we actually saw the snipe on that Mothership Core, but it was pretty much out of energy, so it wasn't that big of a deal. But the snipe on the pylon.
This was a very scary moment for HuK right now, because Scarlett just shut down the production for HuK, but he managed to get out those Immortals, managed to stabilize, and even go for the counter harassment, where he just managed to pick off so many of these units for free with some fantastic macro.
Yeah, and that force field on the ramp right there was just so nice. Lets one Hydra down and then deals with the Ravagers and Queens on the other side. And then we see that as that force field expires, we're going to see another one right behind it, picking off those 4 Hydras. Really nice play from HuK.
HuK so ready for that. GG. And of course, HuK, our final victor for the night. Steadfast. That was a pretty awesome day, man.
Yeah, that was a great day. I really enjoyed that. What a
lot of StarCraft. For best of ones, I did not expect, it's kind of best of ones. Those are going to go by really fast. But we got to see a lot of games.
Yeah. What, did you have a favorite game of the day? Put you on the spot right here.
My favorite game of the day was probably that sick PvT from Semper versus HuK.
That was an awesome game.
That was probably my favorite game.
That was really back and forth. I think I have to say that was my favorite too. Maybe Masa versus HuK.
Masa versus HuK was pretty good too.
Yeah, that was.
There were surprising moments that it's not very often in StarCraft that you get to say, like, I take a look at these two armies and the way that they're engaging and everything.
Yes.
And I feel like I can just judge the entire outcome, but then you turn out to be totally wrong.
Yeah,
that's how I felt.
Yeah, and it was just really interesting to see how wrong we were. Going into that fight. Yeah, just nice control from HuK, and it ended up putting him in a really good spot, and he was able to take the game from there.
Yeah, absolutely. But you know what the most exciting thing about everything going on right now at Steadfast is the fact that we are only done with day 1. We're going to be beginning the double elimination bracket for Kings of the North tomorrow, starting at 10 a.m. Eastern. Of course, that does mean, because we are already past midnight Eastern, we need to get wrapped up, man. The players need to go sleep.
I need to go sleep.
I know. We need to go sleep, man.
Yeah.
So, big thank you to ESChamp. You guys are freaking amazing. We had an amazing production crew. And, of course, Kings of the North is run by ESChamp. So, if you want to check him out, go check him out on Twitter at ESChamp. It's that easy. ESChamp just everywhere. It's the Twitch. It's the Twitter.
Yeah, it's Yeah. You almost as if it was done on purpose.
Almost intentionally.
Almost.
Yeah.
But not.
But not.
But we are going to be wrapping up, I believe. And, yeah, 10 EST.
10 a.m. EST. That's 7 p.m. PST. EDT. Sorry. We're getting word from our production. Wait, there's daylight savings times? Well, screw daylight savings time. Please, it is daylight savings time, so
Yes.
do
Yeah.
account for that. Don't show up an hour late. But ladies and gentlemen, that
Awesome.
is going to be it. Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we will see you guys early in the morning with Kings of the North tomorrow.